with expectation of growing to $25 billion in the next 36 months.
Will you do another ETF? How about an XRP ETF? I know you got Ether out there. How about XRP? Can you answer that?
I can't.
How about XRP? Can you answer that?
I can't.
Are you in talks with the largest issuers, particularly BlackRock, to get this done?
Well, I'm not going to comment on that. I know BlackRock has said some things publicly. We think it makes sense for the XRP community overall.
What's going on, guys? Kevin Cage here with another crypto update. Hope everyone's doing well. We're going to run through Bitcoin super quick, then we're going to dive into some recent XRP news and a few other things if we have time. And big thanks to Good Morning Crypto for sharing that clip of Charlie Gasparino interviewing Larry Fink, the CEO of BlackRock. Next up, for Cubic, so 24-hour change up over 30%. We did a video of this on February 19th or February 20th, and it is up another probably 40% plus thus far. It's definitely an interesting project. I know the market cap is getting up there, but with success, of course, could go up significantly more. The founder of Cubic is one of the co-founders of IOTA, discussing Cubic, or the concept of it being a better version of Bitcoin since 2012, and just knowing how well Tau has performed thus far in this cycle as more AI sector assets establish themselves, it's pretty exciting. The Cubic community is definitely getting strong on Twitter. I just don't really see any sell pressure because most retailers are buying it off these sketchy exchanges and withdrawing them into their wallets and likely holding for much higher prices, or at the very least more exchange listings like KuCoin, BitGet, or MEXC. So big shout out to NATO Worlds for sharing this on Twitter for the last 6 months. I remember looking at it initially and seeing the exchanges it was available on, and I was just like, and I completely dismissed it. Next up, for the XRP price chart, we're around 57 cents today. The main fair value gap that I've been looking at for the past year is around $1.10, between $1.07 and $1.12. So we shared this in 2023, maybe even late 2022. This is just the macro level I want to see XRP get to before I get more excited. I know we've shared for the past 2 years the main structures I'm looking at, whether you use the weekly candle bodies or the wicks. It's the same exact structure for both XRP and then Bitcoin during the previous cycle. So notice we held around the 28 and 30 cent level multiple times on the 0.059, and that also marked the bottom for Bitcoin in March 2020 before heading to an all-time high price. So this setup has multiple similarities. Again, I'm not saying XRP has to go to an all-time high price. I believe that. I totally get frustration for holding for multiple years, but I'm still going to be sharing my looks. At the very least, the big picture views, because I'm holding my XRP for all-time highs. And that's just what's right for me. We do have open gaps around the 20 cent level, but we also have open gaps at $1.59. So looking at XRP versus Bitcoin, I know some think this is going to be a big bull trap and a crash to the lows that fill some gaps, and others think we're actually well on our way into all-time highs provided we get back above and hold above the 21-week EMA. And even looking at XRP swing high, swing low from the last cycle top to the cycle low thus far, we can see we have wicked up to the 382 when XRP was declared not to be a security in the summer of 2023. And last time, during last bull run, XRP was in a lawsuit, creating a massive crash, exchange delistings, lack of liquidity, sentiment, you name it, and we never got to an all-time high price. So I ask myself every day, knowing that XRP is one of the only assets in the top 10 with regulatory clarity, can it perform well during this next bull run? Alright, super quick for Bitcoin, then we're going to run through some XRP news and maybe some other alts if we have time. So bottom line, the last 3 cycles had their halvings during the election year each and every time, and it's no different than 2024 set to take place in April, whereas the election is in November. Historically, what we can see that's important is for Bitcoin, for its chance to head to an all-time high price, is maintaining above this EMA, this 21-week EMA, or this purple moving average. Historically, as we get very close to the halving or even after, we've maintained above the 21-week EMA during the bull run, even during crashes right there, maintaining all the way up, wicking into all-time highs. 2016 as well, on the way up, maintaining above the 21-week. We have the Bitcoin halving in the election year, maintaining all the way up, multiple back tests and wicks into all-time highs. 2019 was different, but we explained that this never got the full close over the 50% retracement, and we did get that this cycle, so it's similar to the last 3 cycles when we head to an all-time high. So in 2019, we never got the full close with the wick and body of the weekly completely above the 50% Fibonacci retracement. We crashed back down March 2020. During the V-shaped recovery and the Bitcoin halving, we got back above, maintained, back test, all the way up into all-time highs. So this is one of the basic and big structures I'm looking at on the weekly time frame for that shot for an all-time high. In 2016 and 2017, we held this trend line all the way up. We also wicked to the 618, came back down, but maintained above into all-time highs. In 2019, we never got this full close. The 50% Fibonacci retracement was resistance and we crashed back down, but got back above this internal trend line we have here above the 21-week EMA and retraced higher. Today's cycle in 2024, holding above the trend line, we hit the 618, and today we actually impulsed even higher up to the 786 thus far. The previous cycles, when we got up to the 786, we did head to an all-time high price. So in 2020 right there, December 2020, more like November 2020 right there around the 786. And then also early 2017, once we got up to the 786, we headed to an all-time high price. So that's one of the reasons why I'm rooting for all-time highs. Your decision is your own, but I'm looking at these structures and wanted to share. For anybody brand new to the channel, absolutely anything is possible in crypto. 2022 taught a lot of people that anything is possible during one of the worst years in crypto history, specifically for alts. Multiple black swans back to back. FTX, Celsius, Luna, 3AC, you name it. So anything is possible. I really don't care about bragging rights when I'm right or when I'm wrong, because I'm right and I'm wrong. What I do want is Bitcoin to head to an all-time high price and kick off this cycle because I want alts to retrace. I hold it, I have a bias, I have a YouTube channel, and I'm rooting for all-time highs for a variety of people in this space. My motivation is to see people win again after enduring another bear market that's been brutal. So this is the big picture view, not financial advice, but I'll still be sharing these updates as anything changes. We have broken out of this ascending channel, closed the 702 and the fair value gap along with the weekly R3. We have another level above the 786 at 60,000 between 59.4K to 62.4K. That is the last major fair value gap into all-time highs. On the lower level, if we come back down, just like in previous cycles, to the 21-week EMA around 42K, I want to hold that. Worst case that I want to hold is this fair value gap at the bottom of this channel. We can just call it about 35, 36K. If we maintain above this level, I still have hopes for all-time highs. Meaning that I have hopes for Bitcoin to reach an all-time high price before crashing all the way down to 20K like we did in 2020. So we got the close above the 0.5 fib check, just like the previous 3 cycles before all-time highs. By the end of this month, for the February monthly close, if we see the monthly RSI above that 66.21 level, that'll be a check. One other consideration I have is looking at the Bitcoin Historical Volatility Index, or the BVOL. During the previous cycle tops in 2017 and also in 2021, Bitcoin's volatility index was above 50 and we're under 16 today. So I'm hoping to see this weekly RSI curl up, crossing the 50 line and run much higher. Next up, we have the XRP Ledger collaborating with the XLR Foundation. This will enhance the XRP Ledger's interoperability by extending it to a wider network of blockchains while complementing the XRP Ledger's feature set and opening new opportunities to broaden reach and utility. I've retweeted some things from XLR, if that's how you pronounce it, with their token AXL, if this is the same asset that is backed and invested in by Coinbase. So we have tons of detailed information about cross-chain interoperability integrating with the XRP Ledger, efficient transfer of assets across 55 plus connected blockchains. XLR Network will help facilitate the deployment of cross-chain decentralized applications directly on the XRP Ledger. Beyond traditional asset bridging, XLR delivers GMP, or General Message Passing, a feature that expands the XRP Ledger's functionality, enabling developers to execute function calls on smart contracts residing on over 55 connected blockchains. Next up, we have this group that is partnering with Ripple to bring multi-asset tokenization onto the XRP Ledger. This partnership aims to revolutionize asset tokenization on the XRPL, making it more efficient, accessible, and liquid in the digital asset market. So I'll have to look into this group. They were formerly known as Tassets. And the XRP Ledger is seamlessly integrating with Zonique's cutting-edge tokenization platform as a service, so TPAAS, along with a tokenization lifecycle management solution, so TALM. Zonique's tokenization platform as a service ensures compliance with local jurisdictions by leveraging the dynamic interoperable compliance security token standard. That's a mouthful. Providing direct access to liquidity options. So we get it, everybody in this space knows how big tokenization could be as real-world assets improve. Next up, shared by Roth IRA, so we have Ripple partner and the XRP user Neum is expanding into the Middle East, connecting with NJAS banking services for remittances in Saudi Arabia, offering free international money transfer services through the NJAS app for smart devices. We also had some exciting news for Ripple, the company joining the Digital Euro Association alongside the HBAR Foundation and Circle. So we can see Ripple has been a gold member, I believe HBAR is a silver member, and then Circle is joining as bronze. And we'll finish up with this because I thought this was really cool. So Roth IRA is sharing some information about this Zonique's group that just partnered with the XRP Ledger to expand for tokenization. So we can see based in Silicon Valley, but expanding into the Middle East and Northern Africa regions along with Asian markets. And they first appeared on the XRP Ledger radar speaking at Swell. So we can see their tokenized asset lifecycle management approach in the ERC 7518 standard or 7518 standard, showcasing Tasset's role in revolutionizing financial markets through tokenization. So great to see this group expanding into the Asian and MENA markets. So Roth Economan is an absolute must follow on Twitter. He shares just phenomenal information, ties it all together, and just beautiful threads. And if he's reading the blog correctly, it means that Zonix is using Ripple to plug into the XRP ledger. Ripple the company does not seem to be using them. Zonix very well could use the XRP ledger as part of their platform due to its better efficiency compared to Ethereum. And why do I say that? Because the XRP ledger and Hedera's hash graph are more scalable and energy efficient to be built for these types of use cases for tokenization of real-world assets like real estate or even carbon credits. This whole ESG narrative and these mandates are going to be pushed in the future, and networks like Hedera's hash graph and the XRP ledger are built to do this and scale. And even under Zonix, they mention carbon credit use cases, and we can see down here tokenized real estate, and their big 2023 partner was Red Swan. What's interesting about Red Swan, they have a token engine, but remember that Red Swan, I believe, is the same company, the commercial real estate firm, with $5 billion assets under management, and I believe they have a token studio on Hedera. We've shared that several times. I believe it was a token studio, and I don't think I'm confusing it with anything else. Let me just pull it up really quick. Yep, token studio. Okay, so this was back in June of 2023. Discussing the $16 trillion in assets that could be tokenized by 2030, and right here, currently $5 billion in tokenized assets. And that's Red Swan, having over 65 years of combined private equity, real estate, and technology commerce experience, with expectation of growing to $25 billion in the next 36 months. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, guys. Huge thank you to all that hit the like button and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. If you enjoyed this video, I'd greatly appreciate if you could hit the like button, let me know your thoughts down below, and my link tree is linked in the top of this YouTube video description, with all links, crypto resources, and discounts. I'll catch you in the next one.